Good afternoon, YouTube. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Hello, hello. Now, I saw that my friend Michael's Adventures. Hey, Michael, I'm going to start with this because as I was setting up on the dash, Michael had posted that he's going to leave it running because he will not be here on time to do the live. So, first off, hello to Michael. Happy Tuesday. Secondly, I can always count on my friend Lynn, 22 cute cat. Lynn, hi there. I don't know if you say hello, but hello. I'll tell you what, this screen is so much smaller than even the big camera screen that I do videos on typically. So all I can see is a blur of what appears to be black and purple. The interior of my vehicle is black, and I'm wearing purple with a navy blue vest. So it is what it is. Today is Veterans Day. Salute to all the veterans. I'll tell you what, he was a corporal in the. I am a complete daddy's girl, core to core, thick and thin through it all. My daddy taught us a lot of things. I know that my dad taught me, told me a lot more things about the service and his career than he did even my siblings. I'm sure that he spared us a lot of the gore and the guts, but the truth of the matter is, Ah, it's a bad day, I guess, for filming and dropping. Sorry for dropping, you guys. As I was saying, I think of my dad and I get that choke in my throat. I was a daddy's girl, still am a daddy's girl. My mom and dad are buried at the VA cemetery in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it overlooks the freeway. So whenever we travel through Milwaukee, heading towards downtown or 43, if you guys are familiar with the freeway, 43 north, 43 south, heading to Chicago, coming out of Madison. When I get to that part of the VA cemetery, I wave up there and say hello to my mom and dad. And of course, I always get teary-eyed back then. So my dad was a Marine, and he was a corporal in the Marines. The English language is hard. And this year it was the 250th anniversary of the Marine Corps that just happened a couple days ago. Yesterday, it was the 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And of course, that happened in the Great Lakes. I live closer to Lake Superior than I do when we were in Milwaukee. You get Lake Michigan. Lake effect snow a lot more. We don't have a lot of lake effect snow up here with Superior, but they're forecasting this year to be a bad winter. From the western plains of Montana is supposed to be super duper. If you guys are skiers or into your snow sports, they're telling people be prepared. So I think the plow is going to be working overtime because we live in the middle of the forest and our driveway going up to our house is not that wide. So when Jack, he plows and pushes the snow as far into the forest as he can. Obvious reasons, not hitting trees. So with this year, with him pushing the snow, the first snow is paramount, that you gotta push it as far as possible. Because if they're forecasting 65, 75, 85 inches of snow in Wisconsin this year, the driveway is gonna start doing this soon. And well, you'll see as I film more at the house. Come January 1st, yay, I'll be starting my job at 2 o'clock in the afternoon as opposed to 1 o'clock. So in January, I'll be 10 days away from the end of my fast, January 1st. Don't know how much snow we're going to get from now until that time, but I will go outside and do a couple of lives outside and show you the elements. It's not too bad as far as cold up here is concerned. It's only 43 degrees. Hence, just the vest to wear to work. Now, I do have my Costco heavy-duty warm sweater that I wear, but inside the plant in my locker, I keep a down jacket because you just never know how cold it's going to be. I see that Dustin is on right now. Hey, Dustin, I recognize the beard and the yellow. If I've missed you guys, I apologize because I can't recognize or read a lot of the chats, but you guys know. So carry on the conversation amongst yourselves, folks. Pay no attention to me as I'm driving safely. I've already passed 2 police, so I'm being a good driver. Defenseless. I think I see Terry. Hey, Terry.
I see the I at the end. It looks like a T. What do I have for lunch today? Oh boy, I made myself 3 rare burgers because at work I have a mini personal air fryer that I keep at work. And if I make them rare with the air fryer in the house, by the time I cook it during lunch, then it's perfect medium. So I have 3 of those. I have whatever was left from my Cabot sharp cheese. Oh, I shouldn't say whatever was left. I just cut into it this weekend. Thanks to Amy. Amy, if you're on, thanks a lot. You got me hooked on that stuff. No, Amy, you did it. I was hooked on it way before then. The Cabot cheese. Oh, I love it. Same with Tillamook. I love that. But I'm not going to buy the Tillamook that Dustin had featured on his channel just because of the oils, the soybean, the sketchy oils. And those oils just do a number on my joints. And I want to preserve as much joints as I possibly can. Speaking of joints, preservation, thank the Lord that my feet and ankles, cankles, if you saw the picture, you know. Here comes the comment. If you know, you know. Aaron loves it when I say that. You too, Amy, I know you do. So I really think that it was the whatever substance that they put in the water. I could see if it was, okay, magnesium, dump some magnesium in there, Epsom salts, whatever the case may be. I don't know what it was. It had Chinese writing on the box. Listen, I don't buy Chinese writing on my dog food. If the dog food or the dog snacks say made in China, whoop, goes right back on the shelf. I am quite particular with the food that I buy the dogs. I don't know what was in that stuff. Could it have been the lotion, maybe? I don't know. Needless to say, I will not be going there for a pedicure anymore. Ain't happening. Can't deal with that swelling. But on a bigger spectrum, my body still isn't done with the swelling yet. I woke up, my face in my pillow. Sorry if this is going to be a little graphic, but face in the pillow. And I sleep with a night guard because I was back in the day, like Karen Carpenter, that when I ate, I'd have to find a restroom right away. Doesn't even make any sense. Mental disease, yeah, for sure. But what it did do was affect my teeth. And I paid a lot of money for these upper choppers. These are capped. Paid a lot of money for them because the acid from my stomach acid had ruined my teeth. Now, the dentist is entertaining the fact that I should be getting the lower teeth capped. I try not to get too far my face into the camera for people to see it, but you can not necessarily see the root of my tooth, but it's time that I get the lower teeth capped. And if you know anybody that does any purging, for the love of everything that is holy, please stop them. There's so much hurting their teeth. I ruined my teeth. My teeth were very, very good, very white, very strong, very resilient until acid ruined my teeth. So the infection part this morning, I recognized is still there with my mouth that I have to have tended to by the endodontist. I cannot pronounce that word properly, endodontist. That appointment isn't until next week, where I have to be in Eau Claire at 7:45 in the morning. That should be wonderful. I have to wake up at 4:30 and pray to God that there's not going to be any snow from here to Eau Claire to get the not one but two root canals done on the right side. Thank you, Bratwurst. The cap that I had chewed, eaten, swallowed, whatever the case may be. I wasn't going fishing for it, but it was a very old cap that I chewed. I think it was because of the abscess, hence the root canals that I have to have done. Not anything other than my carnivore diet has nothing to do with it, but I didn't bite on anything strong or hard, hence losing the cap. It was a stinking bratwurst. It doesn't get anything softer than that. I'm waiting for traffic. Oh, my Lanta. Don't let old people out on the road, please. If you know, you know. I crack myself up. Oh my goodness, it's a good thing. I should probably turn the camera around for you to see this person stopping in the middle of the road. Please don't turn to where I'm going. Yes, they're going. No, don't go straight. Oh, thank goodness they've gone straight. Stop right in the middle of the road. Stop it, you people. I used to be worse. I used to be one of those type of drivers. The words, the hand gestures. If you know, you know. Man. So back to my pillow story before the crazy drivers. My breath was horrific. I can't wait until this is over. I have put on all of this weight, not because I'm cheating. I didn't bump up my carb intake. I didn't have any Oh, I should take that back. I did bump up the sauerkraut. That's a vegetable. I have been doing pickles. You guys know I love my pickles. But the fermented foods, the kefir, the cheese, all right. I've been eating cheese. Maybe that's where the poundage or the inflammation's coming from, probably. But more often than not, if I have inflammation, I can usually see it on my face and my belly because that's where it always shows. I was doing my physical therapy. That's where I came from today. I was doing my physical therapy and they have me on, it's not an elliptical. It's not a bike. It's an arm bike. One of these things. And the tension is set very high because they're working on the upper back where I'm experiencing the discomfort. My back surgeon did warn me about this 2 years ago, that from up to the fusion that I may be experiencing some pain. Yeah, I now am. But like I've always said, it seems like I'm always saying on these videos that I am sick and tired of having surgeries. I really am. And I don't want to be one of those type of people. I feel fabulous. My brain feels fabulous. I can't wait to start this fast. My body is getting antsy. Sometimes I have to not necessarily force myself to eat, remind myself to eat. I've been drinking my protein coffee. I told my physical therapist she's another health nut like me. And she eats vegetables. I don't. I told her about my protein coffee, and she said that that's fabulous. She also drinks a high protein, but not to the extent that I do. She asked me if my eggs that I'm eating in the coffee, if they're cooked, if it's like a scrambled egg. I said, no, sorry about that. I'm moving. I said, absolutely not. I put them in the blender. Whoops. lost my earring. I said I put them in the blender and I whir them around with Vitamix. I have everything ready. I give it a whir with the protein, whip that around. Once that's completely whipped around with the gelatin, etc., the beef bone broth protein, then I'll pop the egg in while it's whirring. So I don't have an issue and I'm not having egg drop coffee, if you know what I mean. So the she asked me, do I smell the beef broth unflavored protein in my drink? I said, actually, I don't, because I have a scoop of the perfect keto cinnamon. I know it has sweeteners, but it doesn't trigger me to have anything else, any other sweeteners. It does keep me full for a while. When I'm in therapy, though, I have to have half of my coffee at therapy, before therapy at the house, and then after therapy, the other half of my coffee. Otherwise, I'd be using the bathroom and not doing the therapy. Pardon me as I take a sip. Oh, that's so good. And it's still hot in the Yeti cup. So, my dad used to tell me stories as opposed to the other my other siblings. I have a younger sister. She's 4 years younger than myself. My brother was going into the Coast Guard right after I was born, so I don't remember him going into the service. But I do remember my dad. He's the only boy in the house. None of us girls went to service, but went into the service. But I do remember my dad making comments many years about him not being a real man by being in the Coast Guard. Why can't you go into the Marines? That kind of thing. I can't relate, and I'm sure that it weighed on my brother to be told that of my dad, but my dad would have a total fit right now if he saw the kids of today. Oh, I'm parked. I can take this off. If he saw the kids of today and doing what they do or not do, guys playing video games that are complaining about war. War sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm not going to say that if you are a soldier in any branch, that one branch is better than the next branch. The fact that you have the cojones to want to be able to go into the service and risk your life and limb, that's huge. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom the mothers that sit home and if they're faced with the knock on the door, the ring of the doorbell, I can't wrap my head around it. My dad was always super, super skinny. When he got older, he had the pot belly. We would always tease my dad that he had the belly all the time. That's where he carried the weight. That's where I do too. And we'd always say, oh, dad's expecting a toddler soon because of the pot belly. The older he got, it started to go more around. But when I looked at the pictures of my dad, and I have to get those out, dust them off, and bring them out and show you pictures of my dad in the service. So skinny. And he said he lost a lot of his friends in the war. Normandy. If you know, you know. Wow. I get verklempt. Thank you to those of you out there that have become soldiers and have decided to defend our country. Thank you if you're still enlisted. Thank you if you're weekend warriors that go out. Thank you if you are waiting to get the call to go back out again. There's people that Jack and I both know that say if they were called by the president today, they would go out and fight for their country. And these are old folk. They got it in their bones. The VA, I remember going to high school and doing service as a high schooler at the VA, being a candy striper. That's why I got into the medical profession. When my ex-husband and I owned an ambulance company, remember, we accepted our customers dead or alive. We took people in wheelchairs from their homes to the VA. They'd go for their clinical appointments. Their wives were working. That was, for lack of a better term, their social hour. They would go every day because their wives were working and somebody needed to take care of them. And more often than not, this is going to be, wow, I have to be careful. I hate that I have to be careful on the internet about what to say, because am I alienating certain people? Am I afraid of it? I don't know. There's some people that don't like it that I'm a conservative, and they're not. There's some people that say, how can you talk that way about men and yet have a man treat you the way he does? I don't know. Other than God, really. It's emotional. Wow. This day was emotional, for Pete's sake. Just the day itself, Veterans Day. The 250th anniversary of the Marines. Just seeing pictures of my dad, I get emotional. Let alone doing a YouTube video. Oh, I love my daddy. Obviously, I still do. I believe that when God tells me it's time to go home, my dad's going to meet me. That's what I believe. He's going to meet me at the gates and take me up for judgment and say, oh, girl, you did a couple of screw-ups in your life. I know, Daddy. I know. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, what can I think of? What can I think of? Ugly cries are ugly. I don't want to do ugly crying. All I have is Culver's napkins from the ice cream. I cried at physical therapy today, talking about my dad to the physical therapist, for Pete's sake. And she told me, she's like, you have mascara on this eye. Like, okay. Listen, I can change the subject right now. I bought some new face cream at Costco, and I bought it because of the sales price. It was Olay. You guys may like it. I don't. This is the third day I started using it, or since I've started using it. I don't like it. It leaves like a crust on my face. I don't like it. And I'm thinking about taking it back to Costco with the receipt. Have you ever returned any lotions or potions to. I've returned food to Costco because it was some of the creams at Costco. Man, if you open it up, you better use that half a gallon of cream, lickety splickety, because it goes bad real fast with the 40% milk fat in it. But I do plan on making a healthy dose of the Dr. Kiltz's ice cream before the fast. If I'm inflamed, I might as well be bucco inflamed. Give me some more dairy. Give me some more cream. I might as well leave this month with a bang, right? With Kilt's ice cream. Make a half a gallon of it, divvy it up into different containers. My HR lady just walked out of her office. I'm gonna make some rude comments right now. You can tell she doesn't mention it, but you can tell she's on the GLP-1 shot, whatever kind of shot she's on. Because it's her face is sagging. I got the little turkey neck here, and maybe that's why I got the oilable lay to try to lift up the turkey neck. But I'm getting old. I'm 64. I'm going to be 65 next year. Do I retire? Do I not retire? I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. But she needs to move and she needs to tighten up skin. I want to be able to suggest autophagy to her and fasting, but you don't want to do that with the HR person. You know what I mean? At the end of my fast, I know that I usually tighten up. It I have I get some fatty masses underneath my skin, little lumps and bumps. It's weird. It's not cancerous or anything, but at the end of a fast, those lumps and bumps, they go down. It's like my body is starting to eat those fat molecules or distributions of fat. So I usually have one right here. I have one right here right now. And it's kind of the size of, kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see it. I doubt it. Lift up, Jerry, lift up your sleeve. There it is, if you can see that. Kind of the size of, I don't know, a dime maybe. But that will go down. It's big right now, and that goes down at the end of the fast. But that's autophagy for you. It cleans up the whatever's in your system. The benefits of fasting, I just love it. I don't have a problem once a week staying away from food, fasting for a day. Don't have a problem with that. None whatsoever. And I don't do it to be a superhero or, oh, look at her, she's such a saint. I do it. My personal reasons are religious reasons. I look at it from a religious standpoint, first and foremost. If God died on the cross for me, I don't necessarily have to eat during the holidays, but that's me. I can cook for other people. I don't have a problem with that aspect. I just can't taste things. And usually, if I make something for Jack, and I don't know his sweetness level, for example, whatever I'm cooking, like Tanya, she's a chef. So when she makes things, if she makes it with sugar, that's got to be hard. So what I do is if I make it, I take a spoonful of it, I give it to Jack. I'm like, is this sweet enough for you? I don't know. And then let him decide, yay, nay, etc. What do you think about the taste? Because I don't try it. But people don't balk. I've been cooking for years and years. I am 64 years old. So grandmas know how to cook, if you know what I mean. My husband, on the other hand, thinks that I suck when I cook right now, remember? So for me right now, it's so stinking easy just to do what I did today. Put bacon in the microwave, put that in a container to take to work, Take the 3 burger patties, make them rare in the air fryer, warm them up to take to work. It's so simple. I don't have to worry about recipes. I admire people like Chris Cooking Nashville that does the recipes, but I don't have that kind of time right now. If somebody else has the time and I'm going someplace, and if it's going to be a Hack Your Health event and Chris Cooking Nashville would demo it and they have people sample it, yeah, that's fine. But I don't have that kind of time to cook anymore. And if I owned a restaurant, I would probably have my sous chef do a lot of the tasting of the sweet things and the cakes and what have you. But I don't have to worry about that anymore, at least. I like the convenience of the carnivore diet. I really do. There's people walking in front of me right now. I have to keep my animated hands down. So I know today's a couple of the chats that I was in today, we were thanking the veterans that are out there. Bill was out there. Rick, he was out there. Carrie's out there. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Those are the 3 off the top of my head. Thank you very, very much for your service yesterday, today, and forever. Your service has given us the freedoms here in the United States. Thank you. All right, I'm going to hang it up, guys. I have my food that needs to go in the refrigerator now that everybody's back in the building. I can start going in now. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much. I am doing a live on Friday. I've yet to determine if I'm going to do a recipe live, though, on Friday. Amy was talking about making chili, and I'm getting antsy and excited about making chili myself. So, you know what? I'm going to grab this now. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya just wrote George. That's right, George. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you, Tanya, for bringing that up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Tanya. Yeah, emotional time. That's for sure, kiddo. Emotional. I made Tanya emotional. Terry Sue says Jerry is a road rager. You know it. You know it used to be worse years ago. It smells good, but looked like it's burning. Okay, I'm doing the chat bass backwards. I should have started from the top. Sounds delicious, Tanya wrote. Okay, here's a comment here. Terry Sue, there we go. Baking things other than cookies and fudge and stuff has to be replaced with some things. So, onions it is. There you go, Terry Sue. I adore you, Terry Sue. I love all of the people that are my forest dwellers. I love you all. Terry Sue says, I'm doing the viral Parmesan onion ring thing right now. And they are in the oven. Ooh, listen, I wanted to try that myself. I've seen it. It looks just fabulous. I can't wait to hear from you to see how they taste it. I am a total cheese snob, says Tanya. I bet you are, Tanya. I bet you are. Terry Sue says, hi, Jerry. Who made another comment here? Dustin. I just got 2 comments from someone on our new live. I was told, whoopsie daisy, oh shoot, I hope I can get this. I was told my countdown was too long and my video was horrific and terrible. So I think I'll just give up. And then he has little LOLs after that. Some people's children, listen, I can only imagine. I don't get a lot of viewers on my channel, and I know I have a tendency to ramble. I also realize that my presence, shall we say, is a bit intimidating, and I've heard it say where some people are offended by me, my comments. I'll just get over it. They will get over it, and I will get over it too. We'll all get over it. Keto Simple Dustin said hello. Granny Boo said hello to Thomas. Yep, I said hello to Thomas too earlier because I saw Granny Boo's picture and Thomas's picture earlier. I spotted them right away as I was driving. And of course, my pal Michael, he was the first on today because he couldn't make it in time for the video, so he kept me rolling. Tanya said, thanks, Jerry. I cut my onions a little too thick, so if you have a mandolin, use it, says Terry Sue. Good tip right there. Good tip. Ramble on. I love it. Thank you. You're so sweet. Listen, you guys. I love the people that come onto my lives. They're my people. They are my people. Wearing purple is an intimidating color, I guess, and red too. Red, I find when I wear red, it's just people stay away from me. They do, I don't. But I'm an intimidating type of soul. I'm shaking the camera while I'm cracking up. I so want to try that. Maybe I'll make that tiramisu, the onions, before I start my big fast. Well, I think I went through the entire chat. Thank you to those of you that are still on. I have 4 people that are still on according to my screen. Thank you very much for showing up with me and doing my live with me. I appreciate it. Take care, everybody. I love you all. And I will talk to you soon. Not sure about when, but soon. Love you all. Toodles.